Greetings from South Korea. I am Adang, Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. President Lee Jae-myung delivered a speech at the National Assembly on Thursday, asking for lawmakers' support in passing the government's supplementary budget bill to help cushion the economy against the fallout from the war in the Middle East. He described the more than $17 billion spending plan as one that makes bold investments where they are most needed, while minimizing the burden on households and businesses. The National Assembly is set to review the budget next week before putting it to a vote at a plenary session. The ruling and opposition parties previously agreed to pass it by next Friday. Fuel prices in South Korea have been rising steadily, with the nationwide gasoline average reaching 1,921, approximately $1.27 per liter on Thursday. The government announced Wednesday that it would upgrade the energy security alert for crude oil to the second highest level, starting from Thursday. With the alert level raised, starting next Wednesday, the public sector's vehicle rotation will be tightened from a 5-day to a 2-day system, with an odd-even schedule based on the last digit of a vehicle's license plate. A 5-day, weekday-based rotation will also apply to public parking facilities that were not previously included. Consumer prices in South Korea rose to 2.2% in March, up for the first time since January on the back of higher oil prices triggered by the Middle East conflict. According to the Ministry of Data and Statistics this morning, the price of petroleum products surged by just under 10% compared to the year before, marking the fastest rise since October 2022 when the war in Ukraine began. Falling prices for agricultural goods helped ease overall inflation, with the index measuring prices for fresh food falling by more than 6%. Inflation in South Korea had held steady at 2% in both January and February. During his primetime address from the White House on Wednesday, U.S. President Donald Trump said the war in Iran could end within 2 to 3 weeks as America's objectives in the region are nearing completion. Touting the progress made by Operation Epic Fury in disabling Iran's navy, weapons factories, and missile and drone operations, he added that the U.S. operation will continue, saying that there could be severe economic pain and instability unless it is guaranteed that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. Speaking on America's role in the conflict, Trump said the military action is not aimed at securing resources like oil, but at supporting U.S. allies, emphasizing that the U.S. no longer depends on the Middle East for energy. North Korea strongly condemned the UN's recent adoption of a human rights resolution against the regime, calling it a grave political provocation against the dignity and sovereignty of its own state. According to the Korean Central News Agency on Thursday, a Foreign Ministry spokesperson's statement argued that the UN Human Rights Review System, specifically targeting individual states, was a hostile act that violates the UN Charter's principles of sovereign equality and non-interference in internal affairs. The ministry criticized the long-term practice of adopting such resolutions against North Korea, stating that it shows the regrettable state of the UN human rights stage that has been extremely tainted by politicization, selectivity, and double standards. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.